on OSRC News at 7. Ondo State Acting Governor orders speedy implementation of palliatives to residents. Appeal Court dismisses Smart Adeyemi's case challenging Ododo's candidacy in Kogi November 1st. And from the foreign scene, Kenya bans churches linked to 4 record deaths.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight on the news at 7 on Osrc television. I am Oyewumi Ayinnigbara. The acting governor of Ondo State has assured residents that he has directed members of the Ondo State Palliatives Committee to speed up work on the implementation of the measures already put in place to cushion the effect of the petrol subsidy removal. The acting governor, who gave the assurance Ondo State, with its immense resources, has been described by diverse groups as a potential investment destination. To this end, government is galvanizing local and international investors to collaborate in driving the economy of the state. In this special report, Joy Pius takes a look at key areas stakeholders are considering at the sidelines of the Ondo Development Summit 2.0.
Created on the 3rd of February 1976, Ondo State is the 19th most populated state in Nigeria and the 25th largest by land mass. Though an oil-producing state, agriculture remains the mainstay of its economy, as the state is Nigeria's largest producer of cocoa, with an estimated GDP of $8.41 billion and annual budget of $243 million as at 2022, Ondo State was ranked 13th among the 35 states of the Federation. However, the state government continues to seek ways to grow the economy with diverse resources in mining, oil and gas, transportation, tourism, and many more yet untapped. The latest is Ondo State's government's move to attract $2 billion in investments to Ondo State by bringing in a number of donor partners as well as investors, thereby creating 70,000 new jobs. The Ondo Develop Summit 2.0 is the vehicle driving the initiative, with local and international investors gathered in Akure to map out strategies to achieve the goal, amplifying the potentials inherent in the state and decentralizing development are key to even economic growth.
You need to provide the basic essentials of livelihood: light, water, infrastructure, roads, whatever else. And that's why that's why NDDC is partnering the state in a number of opportunities. That's why NDDC plays a full role in the state, dealing with the fundamentals to put us on a level platform and then building on that. We have scarce resources, but I'll make sure that Ondo State gets its equitable share of those resources from the federal government of Nigeria.
Massive industrialization and local data tracking of the state's GDP is also pivotal to economic emancipation of Ondo State.
There are some big projects in the state that will evidently lead to increases in GDP, such as the Port of Ondo. But more importantly, what we want to do is make sure that we are tracking the progress that we have, because we may have even increased our GDP and we don't know because we are not tracking the data. And because, as you know, most of the state's economy is in the informal sector. So that makes it difficult to track that data. So part of the mandates of our office is to make sure we accurately collect, analyze, and research that data, and then reflect it in data sources to ensure that Ondo State's GDP is accurately tracked.
Commissioner for Energy and Mineral Resources, Razak Obe, reviewed various strides at bringing the Port Ondo to realization and the efforts of the state government at ensuring an investor-friendly environment.
With access to the west, to the east, to the north, Ondo State is one state any investor should bring their money. And we have got leadership. Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has built the structure. Ondo is poised to emerge. Anyone who believes in tomorrow, whoever can peek into the future and be part of something grand and important, now is that right time to begin to come to participate. Every support needed, we are ready to provide. We are already providing. We don't just provide the ambience for making our procedures.
It is obvious that tapping into the economic viability of the Sunshine State will open up the state to financial prosperity, job creation, and improve standard of living for its people. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
And towards effective local government administration, a modern legislative chamber for lawmakers of the federal and local government area has been inaugurated. The chairman, the federal local government, Alex Oladimeji, who facilitated the project, emphasized that a conducive atmosphere will help the lawmakers churn out laws that will bring growth in the local government area and by extension, the state. Osrc Joy Pius again was there and now completes the story.
Residents of Ifedore local government, lawmakers and party chieftains gathered at the premises of the local government secretariat in Igbaraoke for the inauguration of a modern legislative chamber for the local government area. In his opening remarks, the chairman of Ifedore local government, Alex Oladimeji, emphasized the importance of the legislative arm of government to the people at the grassroots in terms of making bylaws for good governance, adding that the new chamber will create a conducive atmosphere for the legislators to carry out their duties effectively. Oladimeji further thanked the Ondo State Governor for the administration's developmental strides across all sectors of the state.
It is my great pleasure to stand in your midst today for the official of the Allo Legislative Chamber built by our administration for the use of the legislative arm of government and for the benefit of humanity. The edifice will create conducive atmosphere for our legislators, and it will also boost their morale in carrying out their official duties, which invariably affect the welfare and well-being of EDG of the local government.
We hereby commissioned this legislative quarters in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
The Olowa of Igbaraoke, Obadifara Agbede, appreciated the chairman of the local government, noting that the move will enable lawmakers have robust engagements to better the local government, while calling for proper handling of the chamber.
We will continue to remember you for good in this local government. You have shown your part, that yet you have contributed immensely to the development of this local government. The others are happy within the period we are here, and we hope that this will continue to carry it along in your political career.
For the lawmakers, the establishment of the edifice will enhance quality service delivery that would usher in rapid development to the area.
Today is one of my happiest days on this earth. So, because when we wanted to start this project, the chairman said this is the project we are going to embark on. And we now said how, but here we are today. Glory be to Almighty God that we were able to complete the project as we have been doing before. Because we were here to represent our wards across the local government. So we have been doing well, and I also applaud the honorable colleagues that we should put more and do more.
Efforts such as this will strengthen the legislative arm of the government at the grassroots level and the state at large for progress and development. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
You're still watching Osrc News at 7. Kenya bans churches linked to 400 cause death. This and many more after the break. Please do join us.
Moments to laugh with Indomie. Moments to learn with Indomie. Moments to care with Indomie. Moments to share with
Super Moms create special family moments with their love. Celebrate these delicious moments with Indomie noodles. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
The words are hard to find, but they're still heavy on my mind tonight. The pain is deep inside, but I still want to hide tonight.
Is this what you really want to do?
Yes, Dad. That's what I've been trying to show you.
Fight for your dreams the advanced way with Glow LTE Advanced, the power of 3 data networks in one. Get a Glow SIM or dial *301#.
Moments to laugh with Indomie. Moments to learn with Indomie. Moments to care with Indomie. Moments to share with
Super Moms create special family moments with their love. Celebrate these delicious moments with Indomie noodles. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Hard drugs will only make your life hard and make things harder for you. Think of the dangers of drug abuse to your life and future. Stop drug abuse today. Work on improving your life through refined daily routine. Life is good when devoid of drug abuse. This message is brought to you by the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation, OSRC.
Glad to know you're still watching. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV. And now, is governance paralyzed in Ondo State due to the absence of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu? This is one question that has generated diverse reactions. And in this report, OSRC's Saeed Aribisala speaks to top government officials who say governance is on course towards achieving the redeemed agenda of the current administration.
While it is no longer news that Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu is recuperating from the health challenge which has kept him from official duties, several unsubstantiated reports and criticisms have centered around governance in Ondo State being grounded due to his absence. Governor Akeredolu, in accordance with Chapter 6, Part 2, Section 190 of the 1999 Constitution, transmitted power to his deputy, Lucky Ayedatiwa, while away on medical treatment abroad. The State House of Assembly was also adequately communicated in writing. This ordinarily should not have caused any misgiving, yet there are some whom it is believed are profiting from the absence of the governor, as they say governance is grounded in Ondo State. This, however, has raised the curiosity of members of the public, including OSRC, which is the watchdog of society. Secretary to the state government, Princess Oladuniodu, who noted that there has been constant communication with Governor Akeredolu, refuted claims that the state is grounded.
The acting governor is actually acting for Mr. Governor. And this is not the first time. If you have been in this state, this is the fourth time he's acting. Mr. Governor goes on leave. He goes on his vacation. every year, and the acting governor acts, and acting governor acted in those years. He still acted in from April 3rd to April 29th this year for Mr. Governor when he was on vacation to Canada. He still acted. Now, what is different in this one? If he has been acting as acting governor before, so what is different? I just say that people just want to make noise over nothing. So the people out there who are peddling these stories are not helping government. In government, everything is going on. If people out there are trying to create some mischief or whatever, we are focused. It's one government under Akiti. There are no silos. We have a redeemed agenda, the 8-point agenda, and that's what we are all following. Nothing, no distraction for us. We are focused.
The Chief of Staff to Governor Akeredolu, Olugbengale, affirmed that every request received on his desk are processed to the acting governor and disproved the theory that governance has hit a brick wall in the state.
I can beat my chest and say things are working. For instance, one thing that we look at is the state of our projects. I know the projects are running, the road projects we are having in the states. There are certain things that SUBEB has to do. We got a letter from SUBEB on the activities which the acting government is already attending to. In the health sector, we have some challenges which our attention have been drawn, and the acting government is also attending to that. Almost on daily basis, as long as it's necessary, it speaks with him, and they talk. For example, I personally spoke with the governor shortly before we got in here today. Communication is flowing. Governance has now grounded. No, it is not so. It's not fair. It's not fair. We work every day. There are times, despite the fact that the governor is not at home, there are times I stay here till 6, 7. And I know ditto for the SSG, the head of service, and the acting governor, those of us who are working with the governor in the secretariat here.
The chairman, Osrc Media Group, Mr. Kunle Adebayo, said government structures and processes continue to function properly under the leadership of the acting governor.
Those of us who are serious-minded, who are looking towards serving the people of the state, who are loyal to the government of Ondo State, who are extremely loyal to the governor, and who are loyal to the man he has appointed to act on his behalf, we are focusing, we are directing our energy towards delivery of welfare and security for the people, which are the directive principles of government. My advice to the people is to regard the indisposability of the governor at this point as a temporary delay. Anybody can be sick, anybody can have headache, anybody can have stomach pain, anybody can have fever, and anybody can go to the hospital, and anybody can be well. They should continue. All of us should continue to wish our governor well, to pray for him every time of the day, to remember him in our prayers, and to wish him well, because it is in our best interest if he comes back as quickly as possible, so that the intensity, the vigor, and the emotional attachment that he has to the development of this state can continue at the very good speed that we have been witnessing before. I want to tell them that Oluwarotimi Akeredolu's SAN, Governor of Ondo State, is going to come back, and is going to come back stronger than he ever was.
The top government officials who noted that Ondo State has been #1 in advancing the cause of fairness and transparency in government called on people of the state to continue to support the governor through prayers. Sahida Ribisala, OSRC News.
Tax and financial experts have charged President Bola Tinubu and the newly constituted tax committee to overhaul the tax system in Nigeria to meet current realities. The experts who identified urgent needs to eliminate multiple taxation, called on the government to bring more individuals and organizations into the nation's tax net to improve revenue generation. Osrc Said Arabisala again in this report examines the recent suspension of some taxes by the president and its effect on Nigeria's economy.
With one of the world's largest population and the tag of being the largest economy in Africa, Nigeria still has not so much to show when it comes to the role of taxation in driving the economy. According to reports, Nigeria has one of the lowest tax collection rates in the world at approximately 10.8% of gross domestic product, with only 47% of this year's budget coming from revenues and the rest from borrowing. A tax expert, Idowu Otetubi, believes Nigeria's tax system is faced with multi-layered challenges that needs urgent solving.
We have multiple taxation in this country. At the last count, there are about 57 classes of taxes that is being paid across board in the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. Less than 10 contribute to 92% of the tax collection at any particular time in this country. Some of the taxes that are being paid are obsolete or even not in existence.
Dr. Charles Marindoti urged Nigerians to support the president in his reforms.
It will take time, definitely, for us to see this, the effects of all these policies, but it won't take too much time. And the president also has not even unfurled all of his, policy positions yet. But I know by the end of 100 days, we would have seen a significant amount of, change. And by the end of the first year, we'll definitely know that we are already on the right trajectory to prosperity.
The executive order also suspends the newly introduced green tax by way of excess tax on single-use plastics, including plastic containers and bottles, the 5% excess tax on telecommunication services, as well as the excess duties escalation on local manufactured products. Though the right step in the right direction, Mr. Olawale Ijalano, a forensic accountant, hopes the president's good intentions will not be sabotaged.
The problem with Nigeria is not about formulating policies. It's about actually maximizing the benefits derived from social policies. So I pray the mind of the president is not hijacked.
For the tax expert, enhancing automation of tax collection process, blocking loopholes, eliminating multiple taxation, curbing tax evasion and avoidance, and building Nigerians' trust in the process are critical to success.
You have so many revenue agencies, revenue collecting agencies. In the view of trying to raise their bar, they introduce so many things to just generate revenue for the government.
The tax practitioners expressed confidence in the ability of Ondo State-born Taiwo Oyedele as the chairman of the newly set up Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reform. The special advisor to the President on Revenue, Zach Adedeji, says the aim of government is to transform the tax system to support sustainable development and achieve a minimum of a 10% tax to GDP ratio within the next 3 years, without stifling investment or economic growth. How much of that will be achieved? Time will tell. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News.
The 144.8 billion Naira Safe School Initiative is expected to begin in 18 states, covering at least 48 schools in each state this year. This is as the federal government said that it has budgeted 15 billion Naira to finance its Safe School Initiative in 2023. The national coordinator of the Safe Schools Initiative under the Federal Finance Budget and National Planning, Alima Iliya, disclosed that schools in the country have struggled with persistent attacks by extremists, bandits, and kidnappers, which compelled the government to launch the Safe School Initiative. On the number of schools and states, the Court of Appeal in Abuja has dismissed an appeal brought before it by Senator Smart Adeyemi seeking to nullify the primary election of the All Progressives Congress APC in Kogi State, which produced World Health Organization WHO and US health authorities say they are closely monitoring a new variant of COVID-19, although the potential impact of BA286 is currently unknown. The WHO classified the new